And today we have a very, very special Wildcard Wednesday. Featuring here today is my good friend, Lyla Morningstar.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Mother, I summon Dark Magician Girl.
Excalibur, don't interrupt Lyla when she's talking. Have the stream running. We're playing the Digimon card game today. This is a collab that Lyla and I have had planned for like forever. Pretend that you're talking to a bimbo.
I mean,
And with Digimon, the goal is to wipe out all 5 of your opponent's security cards, their shields, and then get a direct attack through, right?
correct.
We start with the 50 card deck. We keep our hand of 5. We also have our 5 security cards.
Yeah, so you draw your hand first, and then if you like do your mulligan and whatever, or if you're happy with your hand, then you put your security out.
So, a question: what are you looking for in terms of like your opening?
Your opening hand, you're looking for whatever could help you start your plays, and at least something like maybe not immediately to build off of, but have something to kind of work towards. So like you always want to have at least 1 or 2 level 3s to start with. Tamers are also good. Sometimes you just want to be able to drop something and, you know, you've got that benefit going for the rest of the game. Like, so on the game board here, you can see on the left where it says flow, active phase, draw phase, raising, main. So active phase is like untapping stuff. Draw phase speaks for itself. Raising.
Oh, that's the eggs.
Yes, so you can see there's 2 spots in the raising area. Typically, the left spot would be like where you would have your eggs, but the face down ones don't show up on the board. So say if I were to go first, there's no draw for first player. And then I go into my raising phase and I hatch my little Wanyamon here.
Oh, that's right. So in this game, you actually raise the Digimon.
You can, or you can hard play them from your hand.
Right, but hard playing them from your hand has a higher cost.
Yes. So the big cost, like it'll say play cost and digivolve cost on those circles in the top left. So the play cost is like hard casting them.
So like I've got rookies here that say they have a play cost of 3, but if I digivolve them, then it actually costs 0.
Correct. However, the thing is, effects, unless stated otherwise, do not activate in the breeding area, and anything in the breeding area is unaffected by anything else on the board. So think of it kind of like your command zone, but effects cannot activate in there.
Okay, when my wife and I were playing this, we called this the playpen.
That's adorable. So
All right.
then with actual digivolving, every time you digivolve, you draw 1.
Right, because you get to replace the card that's playing over.
Yeah, and that's one of my favorite things about the game because it means that card draw isn't exclusive to one particular type of deck or one particular color. It's just everyone has that ability to be able to draw a bajillion cards if you have the memory for it and be able to digivolve a bunch of times.
Yeah, card flow is so important in card game. All right, so you had your active phase, you have your draw phase, you have your raising phase where you play your baby.
Yep, and then I go into my main phase and I'm going to digivolve into a Vmon for 0.
Right.
He doesn't get his on-play effect, so there's on-play and on when digivolving effects. That's specific to however you play it. So, like, if you were to play the 3 on the Vmon, then you would get that on-play effect.
In Magic, you would have lands and mana, but in Digimon, you have this really cool pendulum energy line.
It's like computer memory. And when you go over a certain amount, then your opponent has memory. So basically, if you go below 0, I'm at 1, then my turn begins.
You play as many cards as you want as long as you have the memory to spend.
So Digimon do have summoning sickness, like in Magic. Aside from that, if they're able to attack, you want to attack before you run out of memory, because then the turn ends. It's not like, you know, like, oh, I'll play all these cards and then go to my battle phase. It's like, no, you can attack just whenever. So now we have a little Digivice here in the center.
Oh, yeah, the little Digivice.
Typically, you'd use like just whatever for a counter for the memory, like IRL. Like a lot of people use a die. Some people have a little tiny little figure or whatever.
Just bring one of your rider figures and slide them all along.
A little big.
Okay, fine. One of your 40k minis.
Oh my god, that's actually genius. If it's got a small enough base, that'd be actually perfect. Okay. So turn player doesn't draw and they start at 0, so basically it sets the pendulum in motion. But then I hard cast this one from my hand, so that puts you to 3. If something put to like when it would make it your turn, any effects that would activate happen first.
Right, you gotta finish resolving effects before you pass things off.
Yeah, so in this case, I reveal top 4, add 1 2-color blue card among them to my hand, and put the rest in the bottom in any order. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 2 options that I can choose. Well, I'm so used to using options for like the different things you can do, but options are a card type in the game. And I like a lot of the search effects, they'll just say put stuff to the bottom instead of like shuffling it back in, just because that saves time.
It really does.
So like if you're in a tournament setting and you're not spending like 5 minutes shuffling and then having your opponent cut and everything, you just do the shuffle once at the start. So then that would be the end of my turn.
Yep. Who keeps throwing bananas at me? Okay, so then it's my turn.
So you get to draw.
Now we have the raising phase. And I got, a Demi-Meramon!
Yes, so you want a rookie to put on top of them.
Get a free Digivolve, so I'll put the Salamon here.
So with the way you position the cards, you always want to make sure that the inherited effect underneath is visible.
So the inherited effect is this thing on the very bottom.
Yeah, so it's still treated as the same creature, but it just has that thing on the bottom and then any effects that the top one might have. And if you have like a big stack, so like you've got a level 6 or something, all of those inherited effects are active if they're like static effects or like, so you count all of them. It's not just whichever one is on the bottom or something.
And then I get to draw 1 card because I Digivolved. How do color requirements work? Like if I have one of these Tamer cards.
Tamers and Digimon don't need color requirements to be in play unless it's something to do with like the digivolution cost. So like Salamon could go on top of a purple or a yellow, or my Vmons can go on top of a blue or a green. But aside from that, the only thing that needs to check color requirements are option cards.
But also, I can move my baby from the playpen to the battlefield, right?
That's during the raising phase. So the raising phase has 2 actions. You can either hatch or move something that's level 3 or above out from there.
Gotcha.
Level 2s can't leave because they don't have DP. They don't have like an attack stat.
They are literally baby.
Yeah. Then say your next turn after you draw, you could then move that Salamon out, and that ends your turn effectively.
But now you only have 1. But this also limits to exactly how many cards you can play.
So I draw.
But you've had this other Vmon out on the field already, which means that it can attack my security.
Yeah, so the one on my left. See, this one can as well, because the Wanyamon was played last turn.
Ah, so you could actually hit 2 of my security if you want.
I could, but these are like, these are small dudes, so I don't exactly want to go doing that. I will do with one of them. I will do a security check.
So from what I understand, the security pile is a little bit like the shields and duel masters, and every time that one of these attacked, some of these cards have effects that happen that let you play them.
Hang on for a sec, let me just drop in this Vmon. I swing in, and then say you come across something with 8k, so he's only got 1, so he die. And then the thing that was revealed off security also goes into the trash, because unless it's got like an effect that puts it into play from security. So then you just drag that out onto the board so we can both see.
Is a Gatomon.
All right, she goes to your trash, and so does my Vmon. Next, I'm going to go into something that more anime fans will know.
So, you've got a Rydramon. He's pretty big. He's got like 5,000 DP.
So he has a specific text box that says Digivolve 2 from Vmon. So normally he could Digivolve for 3 off of a green Digimon only, but then he can specifically also be played cheaper on top of a Vmon.
Let's take a look at this Rydramon real quick. So it's got Armor Purge. When this Digimon would be deleted, you may trash the top card of this Digimon to prevent that deletion. So it would actually reset him down to Vmon.
Correct.
All right. Then he's also got suspend. Let's see. When Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. Basically, untap them.
No, the suspending is tapping them, but the only Digimon you have currently is Salamon, which is in your breeding area, so there's no valid targets on the board.
Right, because you can actually use the untapped Digimon to block attacks on your security.
Yes and no. Only if the Digimon specifically has the blocker keyword.
Ah, okay, right. Okay, so it is like Duel Masters, because that's an actual keyworded thing.
Yes, kind of like Armor Purge. It'll be in the orange text box.
And then when you're declaring an attack, it's either you attack the security or you attack your opponent's suspended Digimon.
Yes, you can attack the Digimon if they're suspended, but you can't block with a Digimon unless it has that keyword. But yeah, so that is the end of my turn anyway, so it is now your turn.
So it's my turn then. Let's go ahead and draw a card. Deploy this Salamon. When's the cheese tasting phase?
After the game.
Oh, that's a deep cut. I can Digivolve this Salamon. Here's Devimon.
Oh boy, he's got Russian Retaliation, so he's basically got Haste and Death Touch.
So I can't attack Lytramon, but I can attack your... And he does have the Rush and Retaliates very specifically because I do have Kari on board. And then I also draw a card. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and... Do I click on this stack here to suspend it?
Just the top card.
Just the top card. Oh no!
That's like the big removal spell for my deck. Except I can't even do it! Because I can't do the first effect. So on the bottom it says it's got like the security effect, which is just activate this card's main effect. A lot of options will have that. Some of them will just have less powerful versions of the main effect. But in this case, because I can't activate the first part, I can't return your guy to your hand.
Right, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, which, tap up. So tap down one of your opponent's Digimon, then return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to its owner's hand. I mean, you can still bounce Devimon, right?
No, because it says then, it means I have to have completed the first part.
Oh, damn. Okay. So that
Yeah.
So that's like an if clause.
Yeah, basically. So my Megadeth does fuck all.
Okay, so if X, then Y.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So that turned out pretty well for me. That being said, I do have one more card I want to play, because if I just end my turn, the energy automatically resets at 2 for you, right?
3.
Oh, 3. So
Yeah.
You're actually incentivized to, play enough cards to give your opponent energy, but not so much that like they just start at 3. Gotcha. Okay. Play is Tsukaimon. He comes into play. I reveal the top 3 cards of my deck. Add 1 Angel, Archangel, or Fallen Angel in its traits among them into the hand. Then the rest go in the bottom in any order. So let's go ahead and 1, 2,
Go.
3. Well,
Hey, 2 Mastemon.
yeah, 2 Mastemon and TK. I think the only legal target I have here is the Mastemon. So let's go ahead and add her to my hand.
All right, it is my turn. Draw. I will hatch another Wanyamon. So now I go into my main phase, evolve into another Vmon, draw a card. I'm going to do something fun. Kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh! There is a restricted list where they've limited a bunch of cards just down to 1 copy because some of them are too powerful. And there is literally 1 banned card in the game, which I think is great. This is one of the said limited cards.
Ice Wall. All of your opponent's Digimon gain when attacking lose 2 memory until end of the turn.
Yeah.
Huh.
So until the end of your next turn.
Till the end of my next turn, I have to...
Yeah, so I'll leave this up just as a reminder until then. But typically options go to your trash. Now, like I was saying, with needing a source, I have the blue-green Lydramon, so just that blue on his color identity is enough for that. But say if I didn't have him, even stuff in your breeding area will count as having a color source. Yeah, this is going to be good. I'm going to hard play Stingmon.
Oh, Stingmon. You would play this card from your hand. You have a blue Digimon in play, reduce its play cost by 1.
Instead of being at 3, you're now at 2. End of your turn, this Digimon and one of your other Digimon in play may DNA Digivolve into a card in your hand for the cost. So now I stick this on top, and I get to play this Imperialdramon for free. He has his own when Digivolving effect, which does proc before the turn ends. When DNA Digivolving, return one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less to the bottom of their deck.
No, my Devimon!
So he goes to the bottom of your deck, and those 2 go to the trash, and then it is your turn. And remember, all your dudes make you lose 2 memory when you attack.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and Digivolve into Salamon. Now let me draw 1 card. Digivolve Tsukaimon into Gatomon. Cost is reduced by 2. Right. Pay that 1. Digivolve in Lady Devimon, which will let me discard 1 card from my hand. If I do, I can return Myria or a card with Angel, Archangel, Fallen Angel from its trait from my trap.
So that would put me to 1 memory. Raising, I'm going to move my Vmon out. Here's a fun one. Hammer Spark. Cost 0, just gives me a free memory. So I'm going to Digivolve my Vmon into X Vmon. to put me to 0. Draw a card. Then Imperialdramon will attack your security.
It was a
Oh,
chaos
fuck.
degradation.
No!
Security effect. You may place one of your opponent's Digimon at the top or bottom of its own security stack. Okay, so first of all, you get the draw effect off of your Imperialdramon.
Oh, right, yeah, sorry, I wasn't checking my thing, so I draw one.
You got the
So,
draw.
are you gonna put Imperialdramon at the top or the bottom?
Go ahead and put him at the bottom of your security stack.
Okay, so I have my XVmon still. I still can do at least one thing. Yeah, screw it, I'll swing with XVmon.
Alright, well, that does put me down to 2 security cards. This one's an Anjawamon.
Rip.
Vmon gets deleted as well.
Hard play of Davis, and pass.
Aw, Davis, at the start of your main phase, if you have a Digimon with the free trait or Tamer with Ken, oh my god, his boyfriend's in.
Oh, there's a card of the two of them together.
Oh my god, I love that! When one of your 2 color blue and green Digimon attacks by suspending this Tamer, that Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with Imperialdramon in its card name for the rest of the card. Oh, I love that. Yes. I'm gonna go ahead and deploy this Salamon. We're gonna go ahead and crash this Salamon into your security.
It's another Davis!
So,
On play, reveal the top 3 cards on my deck, add 1 blue and 1 green among them to my hand, and then place the rest on the bottom in any order. Both of these are 2 colors, so I get to add both of them. Because he asks for one blue and 1 green. And they're both, so. And then he goes to the bottom of my deck.
which will end my turn because I'm not gonna risk my Lady.
Mort. So now at the start of your turn, you get to order the effects of your tamers, so you can put yourself to 3 and then use Mirai to put yourself up 1 more. So the first Davis that I had played, he's asking if you have a Digimon in play with the free trait. Anything that might be in your breeding area isn't counted for stuff like that because they're not in the battle area. It's a very exclusionary zone. Then I will hardcast Wormmon.
Wormmon!
I love him so much. So I reveal my top 3, and I can add Ken to my hand. So this is the one I was talking about, the 2 of them on it.
Let's go ahead and attack your security. Lady Devimon.
Security check. Is a Stingmon.
A2 memory. Salmon's gonna digivolve into Anjamon. Ooh, and then when he's get deleted, I can play a Devimon from my trash without pain.
It's a pity that I tucked your Devimon instead of trashing it, huh?
No! But you know what I can do? I can go ahead and pay 3 to give him a transition and digivolve into Lady Devimon.
All right.
And when that happens, now I can go ahead, trash a card in my hand.
Did you draw first?
Oh, right, I do draw first.
Did you also draw off the Anjamon?
I did not draw off the Anjamon. Very important.
I'm getting used to reminding people because everyone who I teach always forgets about it, and I'm like, that's fair. It's different to a lot of other games, but I'm like, make sure you draw.
So I dropped the Psychemon, and I'm going to get back the Anjawamon that's in my trash.
Yep, the one that was in your security.
Yep.
Now you can attack with this Lady Devimon as well because the Salamon has already been out on the board.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I am going to go ahead and attack with the Lady Devimon into your security.
Fuck.
All right.
That was a Vmon.
You've got 2 security cards left. I'm going to go ahead and pay 6 memory.
The fuck?
Hardcast Anjawamon. On play, your Wormmon gets -2 security attack.
So that can't, it doesn't mean that, if I attack you gain memory. It just means if they if they had security attack, multiples, it would just go down to 0.
Exactly. It's like it reduces the crit or the damage or lowers the attack. Well, anyway, I've got this Gatomon here.
Yep. End of your turn, you get to DNA.
So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and DNA Digivolve, which means we get the very, very sapphic Digivolution scene here.
Yes, it is so gay.
Here's Mastemon. Mastemon, when Digivolving, place 1 yellow or purple Digimon card from my trash on top of my security stack face down. I'll go ahead and put the Gatomon there.
Now, because it was a DNA Digivolution, you can now look at your security
let's go!
stack.
See, search it for 1 level 5 or lower, play it without paying its memory cost, then shuffle your security set. And
Let me guess, you found Lucamon.
No, he's not in here. Although, oh wait, oh my god, I could have done that. I've got
Pitch the Lucamon off one of your other effects, and then use Mastemon to put him into the security, and then play him for free.
Okay, I know that for next time now. I know that for next time.
That's like the big fuck you play of that deck.
Take this card, put that in there.
So the level 5 that you get goes into play.
Okay, well it's a Gatomon. So
And its effect will still activate.
when you play another Digimon using an effect, delete one of your opponent's Digimon whose level is less than or goodbye Wormmon.
Goodbye.
And then the Gatomon triggers. Reveal the top 3 of my deck. Add 1 yellow and 1 purple Digimon from among them to my hand. The rest go in the bottom. So I've got a Lady Devimon and a Lady Devimon. I'm going to grab this one that draws me card. And also, I gain a memory. Oh, no, I was looking at Kari. When a card is added to your security stack, you may suspend this tamer to gain a memory. That'll reduce
Put me down to 5.
Yeah, that reduces the amount of memory you start with to exactly the amount that you would have if you had a...
My Davis and Ken say start of your main phase, which is after my breeding phase, which means I get to move the Vmon out, and he now makes it count, so I'll get that memory anyway.
Your first Davis is going to get you a memory, so you're going to be at 5 regardless. So like there was no downside to me doing it. Is the end of my turn, finally.
Okay, so I'll gain 2 memory. So my BT12 Davis gets me 1 if I have a free Digimon, which Vmon is, or a Ken in play, so something with Ken in its name, which I do, so that's +1. And then Davis and Ken will get me +1 because I have a blue Digimon in play. I have 7 memory.
Wait,
What am I
Nani?
gonna do?
Nani? At this point, you can make a huge play to help counteract the fact that I just got a huge play off.
So I'll pay 2 to go into XVmon. Finally. Oh my god. That feel when you finally draw like that one card you're looking for. Hard play, my Lydramon. Okay, so I'm going to DNA Digivolve these for 0 into a Dino Beamon. If DNA Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, and this Digimon gets plus 3,000 DP for the turn. Then then I may attack an opponent's Digimon. I'm gonna suspend your Mastemon, and I'm not gonna attack because I'm not dumb.
I mean, you could like wipe off Gatomon.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll tap and swing into the Gatomon instead.
Yep, Gatomon gets trashed before she can digivolve into a new angel.
The Davis on the far right here. When one of my 2-colored blue and green Digimon attacks by suspending it, it may digivolve into a card with Imperialdramon in its name.
Oh no!
And then it says, so when digivolving, if it has a blue digivolution card, unsuspend this. And then if it has a green digivolution card, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. So I'll suspend your Mastemon.
Oh my god, and it can digivolve again after it's done attacking.
So Dragon Mode reduces the cost by 2. Cost 2, so it goes in for free. So when digivolving, suspend all of your opponent's Digimon with no digivolution cards. You're already all suspended anyway. Then return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to its owner's hand.
Yo! Well, that
Bye,
means...
Mastemon.
Alright, so Mastemon goes back to the hand and everything below it gets trashed.
By returning 1 Dragon Mode from this Digimon's sources to its owner's hand, place all your opponent's suspended Digimon at the bottom of their owner's decks instead. Oh.
Would you like to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you return the Dragon Mode to your hand, and then that Mastemon here goes to the bottom of the deck instead.
Mastemon and Lady Devimon.
Oh, and my Lady Devimon.
Also, the Dino Beamon inherited effect triggers. Because I destroyed your Gatomon in battle, I trashed the top card of your security stack.
There goes Lady Devimon.
So when it says trash the top card of the security stack, it doesn't do the battle or anything. It's just immediately sent to grave. So if it was like, say, Chaos Degradation again, it wouldn't activate. And I get to draw 1 more card because of the Wanyamon inherited. And okay, now it's your turn.
And it has blocker, so does it have to suspend to block?
Yes.
Okay, so even though you've got like 2 security, I would have to get like 4 attacks off if I wanted to try and win this. So I'm not winning this.
And he's currently at 15,000 DP. The same thing that gives him the security attack and blocker gives him plus 2k.
That's pretty big. Okay. Okay, so we have to figure out a way to get rid of Imperialdramon.
Good luck.
Good luck. Well, and if we don't get there, we don't get there. Happens. Digivolve Ignitemon into Devimon for 2 memory. All right, let's risk it for the biscuit. All right, We're gonna give Devimon Healed Transition.
Heck yeah.
He's gonna become she, Lady Devimon. So I've got first. I'm gonna draw for the Digivolution, and then when Digivolving, draw 2, ditch 2. I'm gonna discard both of these Lucemon.
Oh, rip.
And because that cost 3,
That would put me to 1.
right? But then Miri goes off. Since I only have one Digimon, do I have an Anjouwoman or Lady Devimon with a different name to play without paying the cost?
Do you have an Anjouwoman in hand?
That is the end of my turn.
Rip.
I have one security remaining. Fortunately, you only have one attacker.
Yeah, and even if you have security attack +1, it's not going to be like remove the security and also swing for game. It only applies to like removing multiple security cards. As it stands, you're fine. Davis 1 is going to put me to 3. Davis 2 is going to put me to 4. And then Ken and Davis, because I have a blue and green Digimon in play, are going to bump me up to 6. Well, actually, first I'm gonna swing with Imperialdramon.
My last security card is Chaos Degradation.
Oh,
So
I draw one off the Wanyamon effect. So, yep, you're gonna get rid of my my guy. So it looks like I'm defenseless. So I'm gonna introduce you to another mechanic that we are gonna be getting to later anyway. This is called Hybrid for Game. So you're familiar with Frontier.
concern.
Hybrid is a specific type, so it doesn't say champion on this, even though it's a level 4, it just says hybrid. All level 4 hybrids have this same line of text. You may digivolve this card from your hand onto one of your blue tamers, as if the tamer is a level 3 blue Digimon.
Oh my god!
And it's already been on the field for a number of turns. But yeah, Hybrid for Game.
GG's? That's really cool, though. Oh my god.
Yeah. So some people just run like one hybrid because they'll have a bunch of tamers out for the whole game, and then it's just like, okay, and like she was in my opening hand. Man, Davis got hot there for a second.